What's up, guys? It's Chief here, and welcome back to another FC25 video. Today, I'm going to be showing you all of the investments and trading methods you need to be doing over the next 24 hours to make coins on FC25. So all over the world, people are getting access to Ultimate Edition right now. So there's tons of people getting on the game, and it is changing the market drastically. So first off, let's talk about what's going on in the market right now. And at the moment, we are seeing massive rises in price. Gavardiol literally 2 hours ago was like 3,500 coins. He's now up to close to 5K. And the reason for this is as we get more and more people on the game, there's going to be more and more people buying players, building starter squads, whatever it may be. So these cards are all rising in price. Now, if you did invest in these cards yesterday, which we talked about, I want you guys to be selling these cards before marquee matchups comes. We're expecting marquee matchups to come out at content time today, 6 p.m. UK. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause a ton of tradable supply, because whether you're on the game on Ultimate Edition or you're on the web app, you're going to be able to complete marquee matchups, which always provides tradable rewards. So there's going to be a lot of supply on the market, and I expect a little bit of a dip during marquee matchups. Also wanted to mention this Doku card. He's gone from 5K up to 7,500, which is crazy. So that marquee matchup supply, if you're invested in players right now, I'd sell before that comes because we're expecting a dip. Now, with that marquee matchups, how can we expect to make coins? First of all, there's obviously going to be loads of supply. So we can go ahead and just sit there and bid on players that are required for the marquee matchups. For example, if let's say Premier League center backs, because Man City and Arsenal get into the marquee matchups, were 600 coins they rise to, and you can sit there and bid on them for 450. So that's the most basic type of trading that marquee matchups is going to give us. The second one is going to be the ability to invest in some of those lower rated meta cards, because as we get supply, a lot of these cards are going to get thrown onto the market. Somebody like a Timo Werner, who's a little bit lower rated, you're going to see gets packed quite a bit during the marquee matchup supply. So if we take a look at him right now, he's 3,400. Maybe he goes down to like 2,800 during the marquee matchup supply. So if there is a dip with that marquee matchups, it's a great time to invest in some of these Premier League French cards that people are going to want for their teams. Now, the big point we need to get to here is when you need to sell, because there's going to be a massive market crash later today. So let's go ahead. I want to draw a little picture for you just to show you how. So this is kind of our timeline here. And let's say this is midnight UK time, 12 UK. This is when a lot of people, and this is going to be 12 for like the rest of Europe. This is when loads and loads of people are going to be getting on the game right here and right here. And what that means is they're going to be opening up their 4,600 FC points, which means there's going to be massive supply and a crash in prices as these people are getting on the game. So you need to make sure your marquee matchups cards that you pick up, which are back here, let's say this is 6 p.m. UK. When we're buying marquee matchups cards, they might drop a little bit here, those meta cards, they might rise a little here, and then they're just going to tank when all these people get on the game. So you need to make sure you're selling before all these people get access to the game, and there's a massive market crash due to people opening up their FC points. So that's the big one, is sell before that comes. Now, what happens with that massive market crash is an amazing buy window for us. It drops player prices a ton, kind of similar to marquee matchups, but in a more dramatic fashion. And it's going to open up a lot of investing opportunities. So let's go ahead and dive into it. What cards do we need to be investing in? How do we make coins? So let's start off with how we're going to make coins. So my favorite way is whenever you have these big rushes of supply at certain points, again, let's just say this is 12 Europe, 12 UK. An hour after these people open their packs is when their cards are going to be expiring on open bid. So there's going to be potential to bid on a lot of cards and get some really good deals an hour after people are opening their packs. So that's kind of the main way to trade and make coins, is an hour after that supply, go bid on cards, try to make some coins from it, which is why I didn't invest all of my coins on the web app, as you can see right here, because I'd like to have some coins to trade with until I can access the game. And with that massive supply, I'm going to look to try to pick up some cards that are going to rise throughout the rest of the week. Now, as soon as I'm able to access the game, what is my plan? How am I going to make coins? What are we going to invest in? Because the first week is one of the easiest times to invest and make coins. So, as soon as I'm able to access the game and I can get my 4,600 FC points, I am immediately going to go to the store and open up 7.5k packs with all of my FC points. The reason for this is we want to get our coins together as quickly as possible so that we can invest these. And even if you pack nothing from your 7.5k packs, I think you get like 80,000 coins, literal just discard value. So once I sell, my investments and everything, I'll probably be up towards like 130,000 coins when that time comes. And then we're going to look to invest because, like I said, let's say this is that time where all these cards crash. The rest of the week, these cards just slowly creep back up because this is the most amount of supply we're going to get. Everybody getting on the game is opening up 4,600 FC points. There's loads of supply. These cards drop all the way down and then they slowly creep back up throughout the week. So it's a great time to invest. What cards do we need to be investing in though? This is very, very important because there's certain ones that you could lose coins on. So let's go ahead and dive into it. And so the cards that are going to see the biggest crashes today, what you're going to see is it's going to be these cards that are like meta cards, but they're very low rated, like the 81, 82, 83 rated cards. What's going to happen with these is they're going to crash all the way down and sometimes even down to discard price, and they're not going to rebound because there's so much unbelievable supply of these cards that they don't really have all that much value and they're not going to rebound. So we want to stay away from investing in a lot of these like lower rated 82, 83 rated cards unless there's another reason to invest in them, like a potential evolution that they're going to be good for that a lot of people want. I try to stay away from these cards that get a ton of supply. Now, who are we going to be looking to invest in? What we're going to be looking is meta cards that are a little bit more expensive. I'd say over 20k is where I'd like the cards to be at least 15,000 coins, because again, we don't want these cards to get a ridiculous amount of supply and just drop. We're going to look for cards that throughout the week people are going to be trying to spend their coins on and pick up for their teams. So, if I take a look, somebody like a Sandro Tonali, he looks like a phenomenal card. He looks like a card that people are going to want throughout the week to put in their teams, and he's going to rebound in price. I like that card a lot. Somebody like a William Saliba as an 87 rated center back, I like a lot. Any of the higher rated cards, they're the lowest they're going to be all week is today when people are getting on the Ultimate Edition. So any of like De Bruyne, Haaland, Rodri, these cards are just going to rise throughout the week. Even Foden is 88 rated now. So if you get any of these cards, I would hold on to them, and they're kind of the main cards I'm going to look to be investing in. Saliba, maybe like a Bruno, a Son's going to be a great one with that playstyle plus and the 5-star weak foot. These super, super meta cards are just going to continue to rise. And I'd like to show you that in FC 24 as well. Let's go take a look at Gold Son here. We'll go through this card. There's his gold. And if we go look at the first month of the game, the cheapest he is that Friday, maybe even Saturday, he's like the same price. And then that first week, he just skyrockets in price. And you're going to see this with a lot of cards. Now, Saliba was a little low rated last year, so I don't know that he's a great example. But we can go for Tonali. Tonali's like Son. He had a very similar card last year, so I think he's worth comparing. So if we take a look at this Tonali card, again, Friday's his lowest, and he goes from 88k all the way up to 133k. So it's very, very easy to make coins off of these cards. One last one I might look at, maybe like a Bruno Fernandes. See what he did last year. Bruno Fernandes. Wow. So he didn't rise as much, not like a super meta card again. So That card, he does rise, but it really isn't all that much. Continues to rise the next week and then drops all the way down. So again, you're going to want to be focusing on like the best of the best meta cards in the Premier League, possibly even in La Liga. I think has some really good cards that we could look to. I mean, like Griezmann is going to be a really, really good one. I'd imagine he did fantastic last year. So these higher rated meta cards, I think, are just going to go crazy. So if we go look, the first month of the game, Griezmann went from 58K that first week up to 96K. So it's kind of crazy how quickly these go. And just to get a little bit of a better idea, let's look at some of these evolution cards. Darwin Nunez, a very similar card to last year, fits in the beginning Evo again. However, he is lower rated, so he's going to crash quickly. So he shoots up that Friday, Saturday, kind of holds his price, and then just tanks down. Because again, he's so low rated that you get just a ridiculous amount of supply on this card. So that's why I try to stay away from those lower rated cards. Even Salibo was like a super, super meta card last year. And he does do well, but because again, he's low rated, he quickly tanks in price here. So try to stay away from those like 5 to 10k lower rated cards because I would just expect those to drop in price throughout the week. These meta cards that are especially like over 20k in the Premier League in France that are going to be good investments, I think are must gets once you get your coins from the Ultimate Edition. Let me know in the comments if you guys have questions. I'm excited to hop on the game, excited to help you guys make coins. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.